Hello, hola, turubem, konnichiwa. What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. And today we're going to talk a little bit about a guy we haven't talked about too much on the channel. He definitely hasn't gotten his own thing yet, but it's time to talk about Kevin Durant a little bit. And I came across this clip of them talking about where Kevin Durant should go. Now, I have some problems with them even talking about that to start with. And I'll explain that after we listen to the clip. But overall, just to give a very quick synopsis that you'll hear after I give it, is that, hear from the clip, is that it doesn't make sense to me that they're going to talk about Kevin Durant potentially going back to OKC. Now, I think this is a terrible idea for many reasons, but let's listen to what they have to say, and then I will give my thoughts on why this is a terrible idea.
Alan, where should we go?
Well, I'll tell you what, the first thing I would do, and it has to we'll see how the playoffs play out. If the Oklahoma City Thunder don't reach the finals again, Sam Presti, you got to get off that pile of draft picks and bring KD home. Because you can't keep running into that wall with this really talented young team and just keep saying, well, we're young. No, maybe you just need that one more piece that puts you over the top. What a story this would be. Bringing him back to OKC where it all started, where he won his MVPs, where he thought he had a chance. He got to his first finals, and have him get the franchise to the finals again and maybe even win one.
It's right out of LeBron's book, right? LeBron goes back to Cleveland, wins a championship, makes up for all of the stuff. I would love the idea of him going to OKC. Rudy, put Kevin Durant someplace.
I say Miami. This is Pat Riley's chance to say, I had to, and just come in and have a dynamic player and try to win a championship. I think they have the infrastructure he could fit right in.
I want to throw one other possibility in there, and that is Dallas. I don't think there is a more motivated team and more motivated general manager in sports.
So, essentially, the first guy is saying that Kevin Durant should go back to OKC and that Sam Presti should bring Kevin Durant back. I think that's a horrible idea. There's no way, there's absolutely zero way that if I'm Sam Presti, I'm bringing Kevin Durant back to OKC. First of all, look at how well Kevin Durant is doing on the Phoenix Suns right now. That was sarcasm. He's not doing well. They don't look good. Look what he did to Devin Booker. Devin Booker was on a trajectory to go upwards. He was about to be possibly the top shooting guard in the NBA, trying to be one of the best players in the NBA. Right now, today, I don't even know if I have Devin Booker as a top 10 player. And that's sad to say because he was on his way up. But look what happens when you start ring chasing and bringing people in to take away from your star player. To truly be great, you have to want to be the best if you have the potential to be that. Devin Booker had the potential to potentially be the best player in the NBA. But you brought in Kevin Durant and you got rid of everything that got him to the finals before. All the tough players, all the teammates that were putting in the work to really get to that top level. To bring in a guy who, similar to like an LA Fitness game, every time he loses, he runs to the next team. You're not actually getting better when you keep getting picked up, when you keep losing. And to me, that's what the problem is with bringing in a Kevin Durant. Again, look at Devin Booker. What really everybody should be doing is looking at the blueprint of the new teams that are starting to rise. The Thunder and the Cavaliers and even the Celtics are built from the ground up. They worked with their best players. They kept their best players. They kept the unity, and they're going to keep punching until they get to the top. But the Suns didn't do that. They tried to take a shortcut. They tried to be cheap. There's no cheap ways to a ring. Well, maybe there are a couple cheap ways to a ring. That's not 100% true. However, to truly be a dynasty, to sustain that, you've got to build that from the ground up. You can't just bring in these star players that don't really, and it's not that Kevin Durant doesn't put the work in. I don't think I can say that. It's just that you gotta have something else in you to win a championship, to do whatever it takes. And it's hard to put that in a guy that's already been losing, no matter how good he is. You gotta have a culture, right? And when Kevin Durant went to the Suns, it took away from the culture that Devin Booker helped build. that Chris Paul at that time had helped build. Even with DeAndre Ayton, who's just kind of been wishy-washy, not doing anything, especially since he left the Suns. I haven't heard a teardrop from him. But they had a unit that played well together, that fought hard together. And now the Suns just look lifeless. They don't look like they're anything. And they tried to cheat the system, and it didn't work. You got to build your teams from the ground up for them to truly be successful. So if you take a look at the Suns, if you're Sam Presti, I know there's no way in heck that I would be bringing Kevin Durant to my team to mess up my chemistry and the way my team plays. The way the Thunder play right now is they play through Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai Gilgeous is on his way through the roof. You've got to let that guy be the leader, which he already is. He's already leading all those young guys. You got to let him be the leader. You got to let him make his mistakes. You got to let him learn on the job. All right? He's got to learn how to break through that ceiling. Okay? And you look at the greats of all time, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnsons, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants. You got to let those guys take their lumps, and then they go through eventually they'll break through. The Celtics with Tatum and Brown. They didn't win it every time. Everybody's talking all this trash about them, but they got their ring. And now they have a shot at another one, and another one, and another one. Their team is going to be elite for at least a few more years, even just the way it's constructed now. Even if they don't win it this year. And if you don't win it this year and you're the Thunder, don't panic. SGA can get better. Jalen Williams can get better. Chet can get better. All the players on the team can get better. For some reason, we forgot that if you work hard, you can get better. The Lakers didn't win with Kobe Bryant the first time. They lost to a super team, but they still lost. And then what did we do? And I say we because I'm a Laker fan. Kobe got mad, knew what he needed to do, started putting in the work. Trevor Ariza, I got to find the clip, was talking about how Kobe was sending him workout plans for how they can get better next year. Stop trying to do all these quick fixes and mess up the chemistry. Let people put in the work. You got a bunch of draft picks, Sam Presti. Excuse me. If anything, draft smart like you've been doing and just add to the pieces you already have. Shai will get you there eventually. I really believe that. But you bring in Kevin Durant, mess him up just like they messed up Devin Booker. I don't know if Devin Booker will ever recover. You took away the man's leadership. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. That the whole concept of what I just said may go over some people's heads. But at the end of the day, you can't just be the best way I could explain it is like LA Fitness. When I used to play basketball all the time at LA Fitness, people, if you go early in the morning, whoever was out there, they just picked up. So the teams were always fluctuating unless you won. When I went in the afternoon, people would do shady things like pick up the two people that just lost because they considered him to be one of the best players in the gym, while there's already other people waiting. And then they'd lose again. And part of the reason they'll lose again is because they just know they're going to keep getting picked up. And I don't care how good Kevin Durant is. At a certain point, and you know you're just going to keep getting picked up, some of your desire may not be the way that it should be. Some of your hunger, you may not be as hungry as you used to be. And you know you're just going to keep getting picked up. I'd rather a player that gives 100% effort all the time, that buys into the culture, that's about winning. That's what I'd rather. Not just somebody that's out there to get their numbers. I'm not saying that's all Kevin Durant does, but if you look at the Suns' record, they're not winning. There's no reason they should be as bad as they are with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. And I guess Bradley Beal's in and out the lineup, which is a whole nother thing. But it's just no reason for that. So I say if you're the Thunder, you stick to your guns. You keep your guys, you build your guys, you get them better. I don't even look at Kevin Durant. Now, if you're Miami, on the other hand, I actually think that might be a good spot for Kevin Durant. And the reason why is because there's no way that you go to Pat Riley and you're not allowed to play hard. There's just no way. With Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and those guys over there in the Heat, you're going to play hard. And they're going to put pieces around Kevin Durant who are going to play hard on every possession. And they're going to call him out if he's not playing hard. So I actually think he would be good on the Heat. Does that mean they're going to go anywhere? I don't know. What does Tyler Hero look like playing with Kevin Durant? I'm not a big fan of Bam Adebayo. I don't really know what his game is. I in full transparency, I don't watch the Heat a lot. I'd have to watch them more to give you a full play-by-play on how I feel about Bam, but I just think Bam is just a guy out there. I guess he's a really good defender, but I don't understand why he doesn't score more. There's times when I watch him, I'm like, okay, he's got skills. He can do a little bit of handle. He got a little bit of a mid-range now. Why doesn't he shoot threes? And I'm not this guy that's out there like, oh, fire up 80 million threes. It's not about firing up 80 million threes. I'm just saying, if he's open, just take it. It doesn't have to be your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Joker doesn't shoot 15 threes a game. Do a little bit of everything. But in Bam's defense also, I don't know why he's playing center. He should be playing power forward. You know? Kind of similar to what AD has been saying. When AD comes back, I think the Mavs are going to be really tough when they get all their frontline guys back. But why isn't Bam playing power forward? I don't know. But I do think if Kevin Durant went to the Heat, that would make them somewhat formidable, at least in the East. But at the end of the day, why the heck are we even talking about this? The trade deadline already passed. Why are we already in the summertime? I don't know. I don't even know why this came up today. But whatever. So those are what I think are the best case scenarios for what Kevin Durant should do. And if you're OKC, don't you dare. If you're Miami, why not? You ain't got nothing to lose. But who do you have to give up to get him? Because I don't even know. Is Kevin Durant a free agent next this offseason? I don't think he is. So it'd have to be a trade. But who are you trading? So I don't know. And if you trade him, then the Suns are going to be possibly even worse. So if you're Devin Booker, feel bad for you, brother. You were on your way, and now you're going to have to try to find a way to scratch and claw your way back to the top. Because right now, I don't think anybody has you as high as they used to. You know? I don't think anybody does. So, with that said, we're going to leave this video right here. In closing statements, OKC, again, don't you dare. Miami, why not? You should go for it. He's one of the best players we've ever seen. So, thank you for listening to another episode of the Jay Boyk Sports Podcast. I appreciate you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Much love. That somehow you never get over leaving